gonna take a quick trip down memory lane. All right, just so everyone can get up to date with where I'm going with this. With this segment or podcast or whatever you want to call it. When Tyson Fury was out on his hiatus, going through his mental battles. Yes, don't get twisted. Tyson Fury beat Klitschko back in Dusseldorf 2015 November. So he opened the doors for the new era of heavyweights. He's gone on his hiatus. The belts all get stripped of all the belts. IBF within a couple of days. Anyway, he gets stripped of all the belts. He then goes against. He's on his hiatus. Anthony Joshua wins the IBF off Charles Martin, which was a pushover job. Then he goes in there against Klitschko, beats Klitschko in Wembley. Obviously, Joshua's had a couple of fights after that, like Brazil, Molina. Then Klitschko beats Klitschko at Wembley. Then a couple of mandatories, and I think 2018 is when Tyson Fury comes back into boxing, where obviously he's on his combat trail. Anyway, through the stages of Tyson Fury coming back into boxing, even when he fought Tysonfury and the first fight with Wilder, Tyson Fury throughout that stage was demanding 50-50. The split between, well, it might be wrong, it might be a little bit later. Anyway, whenever it was, Tyson Fury was demanding 50-50. It should be split 50-50. Now, Joshua is the bigger draw. Yeah, Joshua, by then, during these times, Joshua was selling at stadiums. Wilder and Fury was struggling to sell out. What's that? Staples. I don't even know. The place in LA where the Lakers play. That stadium. That arena. Then the rematch. I think that the rematch done better than the first fight. But anyway, Fury selling at arenas, struggling even with the Tom Schwartz fights, struggling to sell that out at the T-Mobile Arena. By then, like I said, over here in the UK, Josh was selling out stadiums. That Cardiff Stadium, I don't even know what it's called. That Cardiff Stadium anyway, and Wembley. She's not the thing. Yeah, Fury struggling, but during these times, Fury demanded that he should get 50-50. It should be a 50-50 split. Cool. Anyway, as we all know, when the fight was about to be signed back in 21, Wilder wins the arbitration case. So then obviously the trilogy fight was going ahead with Fury and Wilder. Anyway, that's all happens. Boom. In September time, September 21, Joshua loses the belts to Uysk. Then he loses them again in the rematch. But by then, obviously now Tyson Fury is sold out with Dylan White, by the way. Wembley Stadium, 94,000. Everyone's out there saying that they come in all support for Tyson Fury. Okay. If that's what you want to believe, you believe. Dylan White was still building up a fan base of himself. The Derek Chisholm one is where I say, you know what, I might be wrong in this, but Tyson Fury is a pay-per-view star. But at the same time, I still want to see if Tyson Fury is a big pay-per-view star that people claim he is. I want to see, can he sell at Wembley Stadium with Michael Hunter? Yeah. Can he sell at Wembley Stadium with Martin Bakoli? Because back then, even possibly now, Joshua, I know he's lost quite a few fans, but I do believe that he's never gonna hit that peak that he did back then. I think that moment of his fame or whatever you want to call it, yeah, it's gonna plummet through the losses and all this kind of stuff there, not being invincible and all that kind of stuff there. But with Fury now, when Fury obviously sold out Wembley Stadium with Dylan White, Anthony Joshua lost to Usyk. Anthony Joshua went through a mental breakdown. And then Tysonfury says, "Oh, I think it's a good idea. You know what? Here, Anthony Joshua, I'm gonna give you an opportunity to become a world champion. Yeah, I'm gonna give you 40%, and he's taking 60. Okay, cool. Number one, still then, and I can tell you this right now, Anthony Joshua is still a bigger draw than Fury. Even now, like, don't get twisted, it's a lot closer now because of the fans that Anthony Joshua has lost, and a lot of them might have gone over to the Fury side. But Joshua is still a bigger draw, even in the UK. I don't like, without a shadow of a doubt, I still believe he's the biggest draw. Yeah, and I'm not even an anti-Joshua fan. How about that? Yeah, but I'm gonna call it for what it is. With Fury, yeah, saying I'm giving you this lifeline and all this kind of stuff there. Like, yeah, you got to come and fight me, come and win the belt, blah 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 blah. Obviously the fight falls apart. Tysonfury's out there saying that, listen, I'm giving you how many days to get this fight signed, sealed. Yeah, TikTok clocks ringing out and all this kind of stuff there. You know, quick on Anthony Joshua's case. Anyway, boom. He doesn't fight Joshua. He ends up fighting Chisora. Now, this is where I can put my hands up and admit and say, wow, you know what? Fury's a draw in boxing now. Like, he is a draw. Because for man to sell out Tottenham Hotspur Stadium with Chisora, as a fight. Now, I know you're going to have a load of casual fans, but it doesn't matter. But a fight that most boxing fans knew the deal and what was going to happen with that fight. Like, obviously, Chisora has a puncher's chance, and that was practically it. And that was gone within the first round. But, yeah, you still was able to sell out. Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Mate, you're a draw, 110%. You're a big draw in boxing. But what I find funny is, the reason why I'm bringing all this back up is when it comes to Usyk. Yeah. Now, I hope I'm wrong. The same thing I was wrong about Tommy Fury, because I thought he didn't want the Jake Paul fight. But I hope I'm wrong. Yeah, by saying this, I believe Tysonfury is ducking Usyk. I've been believing it from the get-go ever since Usyk moved to the heavyweight division. Because I remember, it must have been maybe like 2 years ago when Usyk beat Bellew, he obviously relinquished all the belts and moved up. I remember back then, Tysonfury, because obviously he's training at Top Rank, and I remember then he was saying that, yeah, like, obviously who's Usyk? Obviously he's a foreigner, doesn't like, nobody cares about Usyk and all this nonsense. And I've always said this: Tysonfury is a great boxer for heavyweights. But I feel like when it comes to smaller guys, he's always going to struggle. Like I said, to date, his toughest fight in his whole career was against Steve Cunningham. Don't get twisted. Deontay Wilder punched hard. Not like, especially in the trilogy fight, like that shot there, like, yeah, it's the punches. But when we're talking about fights, yeah, his toughest fight was that Steve Cunningham fight, and like I said, he's even admitted it. Like, he does talk a bit of rubbish where he talks about Steve Cunningham is better than Usyk and all this kind of stuff there. Like, look, anyway, entitled to your own opinion. But when you're referring to Usyk, yeah, oh, he's a foreigner. Oh, I don't need to fight him. He's a middleweight. Joshua lost to a middleweight and all this kind of stuff. They're trying to like brush him off like he's nothing, mate. Man's got three of the heavyweight belts. Yeah, IBF, WBA, and WBO. Yeah, you got the belts that you hold. You had against Klitschko, and even now the ring. Yeah, run it, mate. You want to become undisputed. Tysonfury's resume is weak. Like if you fought Wilder 3 times, you fought Dylan White. I remember Dylan White was coming back just 2 fights before that, got a bad knockout. Yeah, so it's an inactive Dylan White. Dylan White. You fought, who else you fought? Yeah, Klitschko. Yeah. Like, okay, you fought Chisora. You're the first one to give Chisora a loss and all that kind of stuff there. But mate, your resume is weak. Now, when it comes to this whole Usyk situation, all right, now it's like you're pricing yourself out. This fight could have happened in Saudi. Yeah, cool. You're saying about you want double the amount of money that Joshua got. I think Joshua got 70 million. You want double the amount of money, mate. No one ain't paying that much. But it sounds to me, yeah. Remember, you're the one that said that you wanted 500 million to fight Usyk, but then you'll fight Anthony Joshua for free at Wembley Stadium, mate. Like, bro, you're a walking contradiction. But the truth is, we know you don't want that fight. We know Usyk is going to give you nightmares. It's going to run rings around you. The Joe Joyce fight, yes, but you'll be able to handle Joe Joyce's pace. Now, I personally believe I do believe you're ducking the fight. I believe you're doing the Mayweather tactic where, you know what, I want to see him. I want to kind of age him out. I want to kind of keep him out the ring long until I start seeing, okay, yeah, he's slipping. That's when I'm gonna jump in, because I think what Usyk's right now 36. Yeah, you lot were out there. Remember, the reason why you couldn't wait to fight Anthony Joshua is because you was gonna fight Usyk in February. We're now coming to the end of February, and this fight is still not even signed. Even when you was face to face with Usyk in Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, yeah, your energy and your aura. And that is when I said, nah, you know what? Usyk has got the mental edge against Fury. Yeah? Because Fury's a guy, like Klitschko was back in the day. Klitschko also used to build this whole mind games, tactics, and yeah, like what Fury done to Klitschko, he literally just... Fury beat Klitschko before they got in the ring. I've always said that. Like, especially that whole sauna situation, from that moment there, and when Klitschko could even admit to it, and all the signals are saying that, mate, you're lying. You knew what's happened. You knew what's happening. I knew from then, like, Fury has the mental edge. Fury's gonna win that fight. Like, Fury's gonna beat Klitschko. I remember, like, everyone's like, nah, no way. Fury's clumsy, blah 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 blah. But now, it's funny because it's like, I don't want to say the tables will turn, but you can clearly see now. I'm putting this out there. Don't get twisted. Fury is a mentally strong individual. Yeah, one of the toughest minds in boxing. But he's made his match, Usyk. When you see them face off, like Fury, and it was the first time. Remember, it was the first time ever after that post-fight, the post-fight press conference was the first time Fury actually gave Usyk any kind of, like, a compliment, saying, right, you know what, so he's a good fighter, rare. That's unlike Fury, because prior to that, he's a blown up middleweight. He's a middleweight that lost to Sean Porter, which he did, obviously in the amateurs and all that. But yeah, it's all of these things here. I'm like, mate. So yeah, I would just say Fury at this moment, if this fight does not go on, if this fight is not agreed, look, I'm not privy to what the terms and conditions are, but for you to kind of like price yourself out of the Saudi fight, now you're saying that you're going to fight in Wembley Stadium. I don't know what the purse is, but I don't know what the purse is, but if you're trying to say that, oh yeah, you know, Usyk gets 40% or Usyk gets 30%, a guy with 3 belts, remember those 3 belts that you said when Joshua was holding, and you still demanded 50-50, even though Joshua was a bigger draw. So like I said, if it's not a money thing, yeah, and talking about money, you're a Spartan, you know, you're not a businessman like Anthony Joshua, like you've been claiming for years. Mate, you're a walking contradiction, yeah? And I'm not those guys out there like, oh yeah, I hate the Furies and all this kind of stuff there, because it might sound like that. Listen, I'm Tysonfury, I'm a big fan of Fury. Like, I'm out there backing man when I said he was going to beat Joshua from back then, from way back then when he was on his combat trail. I was always talking and saying, "Nah, listen, yeah, he will beat Joshua." Yeah, the fight now will be a lot closer due to Joshua's losses. Due to the fight against Usyk, I do believe that fight will be a lot more competitive as long as Joshua's mindset's right. Yeah, that's what I generally believe. Like, listen, until they get in the ring, it's all opinions, isn't it? But yeah, I hope I'm making this video, and I hope I'm wrong. And I'm saying that right. You know what? You kind of jump into conclusions thinking about Fury's ducking Usyk, but it's looking like that. And especially when we look on people's track records, Usyk's fought everyone at everyone's backyard. Everyone. From breeders. I'm not going to go for everyone for the WSB. You know, innit? Yeah, it's for everyone at their backyard. Fury with all these demands. Just remember that. All these demands. So, yeah. Like, if I'm going to believe anyone, it's going to be Usyk. Anyway, that's my thoughts. You let me know your thoughts. It's Elijah Fenn. I'm out.